name is Andrew, and today I'm going to show you a multi-purpose spreadsheet I've built to emulate a database by joining data together in different tables. You can also compile information from several columns into a single one. There are other ways of fetching data from one table to another in Excel, but they involve a lot of faffing around. You can use functions like VLOOKUP, or if you're comfortable with nesting functions and for some reason don't want to sort the data alphabetically, you could use index and match together. Whichever you use, you need to be careful to apply the right absolute and relative cell references before dragging the formulas over to make sure that you get the right data. Pivot tables are another option, but frequently they come out in a nasty format and you have to play around with it to get it right. The tech-savvy alternative would be to join the data in a database program like Access, or if you're an ecologist like me, you might use a GIS database for locational information. I don't know about Access really, but joining tables in a GIS is very easy. The downside is you end up with cumbersome attribute tables containing all kinds of data you don't necessarily want. And I quite like the versatility of working in Word with all the filtering and sorting options. It can be very convenient and easy to do. So basically you need a column in each table that you use to compare them, and in database language you'd call this a primary key. So in this case it's this one, BTO code. This is my data sheet, and this is my target sheet where the data is going to go by default. So what you do is you select a full column. I'm just going to show you that it doesn't work if you don't. This is what I selected last time according to this, because it's in this green format, so that's useful if you're moving back into between your sheets. You can see which columns you've already exported. You can clear that as well if you want. If you don't select a whole column, it just vanishes and it doesn't bother to import any data at all. So my target data is clear at the moment, and you'll see that the first column contains for a hypothetical site list. Some of these are very unusual, some of them I don't even know what they are. So you select which columns you want. It can be a discontinuous selection, so you can hold the control key down when you select, and you can unselect things as well, so that's how that works. When you're happy with your selection, you go to export selected cols. This dialog box comes up. This is populated with whatever the last sheet was that you used as your target sheet. In this case, just to keep things simple, it was a sheet actually called target sheet, but if I wanted I could copy plant data from the name. If I went into rename plant data, and then just copied it instead, pasted it, I'd have it on the clipboard ready to paste in here, which is a good idea because some spreadsheet names are a bit complicated, and if you make a mistake it will throw a little wobbler, not a massive one. Always bear in mind that escape key is there to help you if a macro is going out of control in some way, but these are fairly robust and not entirely idiot proof. I'm sure I could make it fail if I tried. But here we go. So there we go, it's found all of these designations. So we've found out that PC stands for, oh right, is that a parrot cross bill? I believe that's a parrot cross bill. So that's a Schedule 1 breeder. It's also in the Birds of Conservation Concern Amber List and the Scottish Biodiversity List. So another thing I can do with this is it's gone into this sheet here, which is one which has this button which is assigned to a macro. You can do that by assigning it to a macro, and this one is called compile designations. I could equally call that from here if I wanted, macros compile designations, but you know, it's convenient, it's here, so that's what I'm going to do. And there we go. If it contains a 1, then it compiles what's at the top of the column here into a big list. So say you decided, oh, I want to call these Birds of Conservation Concern red list. Run it again. there it goes. So this is a general purpose spreadsheet, putting it out there for people to download and use as they wish to. Feel free to share it with other people. Generally I would do this by, I would go to move or copy from another spreadsheet and go into my drop down list, and I would pick this DataCompiler and create copy and then OK. And then once it's in here, you could rename it target or data if you want, or just go to rename, Control C for copy, then paste it into your target thing when you want to. Yeah, so feel free to share this, subscribe to my channel, press like if you like it. Thank you for your time.